This tutorial is on the arrival at a shipper. Going from driving, we need to check in. In our remarks, we're going to type in check in. This is a drop and hook. If it was a live load, then you would put in live load, but at this point it's check in, drop trailer, done. So going from driving to on duty, check in, drop trailer. Now we need to create a message stating that we're here. So we're going to go to create a form. Arrival at shipper. The stop number for shipper is going to be 01. Hit OK. The date is the date that you arrive. The time is the time that you arrive, and it's also the time zone that you are in, Central, Eastern. We have 5:17, so military time. So we're going to type 5:17 p.m. Highlight the p.m. So this states that it will be turned into a military time of 17:17. We send that message, and our message has been sent. When you've completed your arrival time, you're going to get this message is going to pop up. When you first arrive, you'll say no, because you have to put yourself on the on-duty line. All our job descriptions, arrival calls, loaded calls, getting fuel has to be on the on-duty line. So now that we're on the on-duty line, we're just going to say yes that we arrived here. And what it does is it brings up a pre-filled out can 6. So 06 is the can 6. It's loaded at shipper. So here we have the information that we need to verify and fill in. So we have our load number, which is correct. We have our stop number, the receiver state code. The receiver state code is the state that the load is going to end up in. We're taking this load from Danville, Kentucky. It's going to Chicago to the rail yard. Then it's going to Los Angeles, California. So California is going to be the state code. We have our loaded date, the date that we picked up the load. So it's today and the time. When saying yes to the arrival call, these time zones and the time will automatically be put in. Yep. Our seal number. PO numbers. Any product, the PO number is the product order number. If I have more than one, I will say yes, but I only have one. the bill of lading number. If this is correct, or it needs modifying, or it's incorrect and needs changing, make sure that you do the appropriate change. We have loaded by. This is stating that it was shipper live loaded, but to us it was preloaded. Did you drop an empty? At this point it has bobtailed in, but unless specified by your fleet manager, you always take a trailer to the customer. So we dropped an empty. So our loaded count, if this is correct, if it's not, then we do the appropriate change. You have to make sure that you check these. Don't just assume that they're correct. So changes in weight can be multiple things, extra loads, and or that the information given to JB Hunt did not include pallet weight. So is this JB Hunt equipment? Yes. The trailer number or the container number. And then we have the chassis number. This is the time that we're going to be arriving at the rail yard for delivering this trailer, this load. So in Chicago, it's 4:30. Here, it's 5:30. So I have to take into account that I'm going to a central time zone, not an eastern time zone. I am approximately 7 hours from my location, doing the time zone of at 40 miles an hour for my estimated time. My paid miles is 373, so I'm going to round it off at 400. So that will give me my time. You divide that, your 400 by 40. That will include your half-hour break if you have to get fuel, scaling the load. So we work out that we're going to get there tonight. 40 miles an hour at 400 miles is going to be around 10 hours. That's a little bit much for me. I'll probably be there within 8 hours, as traffic is going to be lighter. So I'm going to say 8 hours. So I'm going to say I'm going to arrive at Chicago at 12:30. So it's going to be after midnight. So I'm going to change my date here for tomorrow. And I'm going to put in midnight at 12:30, keeping it at. So I've got 12:30, keeping it AM, so it'll make it 00330. There we have it there. My hours at ETA, the hours that I have for driving when I arrive there, I'm going to have 3 hours when I arrive there. So I'll touch 3. This is drive time only, not out of your 14, but out of your 11. Now, the inbound date and time here, this box here, this is for the rail yard. It is going to be exactly the same what you've just sent. This is going to the rail yard. This part here goes to the fleet manager, JB Hunt. This is going to the rail yard, they'll get a copy of this, letting them know what time we're going to be at the rail yard. And it's going to be exactly the same time as what we just put in. And that is the end of filling this out, so we would send this. Now we can send it now, later, or cancel. We're going to send it now to make sure that it's sent. Now it's asking us, would we like directions to where we're going, to Chicago, the rail yard? So we'll say yes. Here we have a restriction on the road. Okay, it's letting us know. Touch down here. This is my route that I have going back up into Chicago, so I can work out my fuel stops and such. Alrighty, touch on the side. I need to send an update ETA. This is the CAN 2 message. It is going to be exactly the same what I just sent with my loaded call of the date and time. So we're going to arrive at after midnight. So hit OK. My time is going to be the same, AM, and I'm going to show my 3 hours. Right. This is to ensure that when I arrive at the rail yard, that I will have another load waiting for me and I have no downtime. So I send that, and our message has been sent. So I need to do an inspection on our container and chassis that we picked up. Because I was already on duty, I completed that task of sending the messages. Now I'm going to do my inspection. I've checked my load, I've checked my seal, my tires, my lights, mud flaps. I've done the appropriate job task. So going down here to inspection. So I'm on duty, I'm doing an inspection. I need to go into remarks to let them know what I am inspecting. Again, it's going to be my trailer or the container number, and my chassis number. I don't have any hazmat or anything that needs to be reported, so I'm just going to type in safety check. This is to let me know that I have completed the information. My trailer number, my chassis number, and now I'm doing my safety check. So I'm accepting that. Again, I'm checking. On duty, doing an inspection. This is what I'm inspecting, and accept. I have a new task, my pre-trip, inter, post-trip DOT. I'm going to do an inter-trip, as the way that I have worded it with what I am inspecting. This is okay to do. You can also just do a pre-trip if you would like. Or you can do the inter, so you've done a pre-trip at the beginning, and then the rest of the day you can do an inter, and at the end of the day you can do a post-trip. And so we've done. So we've done that. We need to do an update. Every time that we do a change in the load with the job load number that we have to do an update. whether we come in with an empty and got live loaded, so we add a seal, or we're doing a drop and hook. So I can go next, or I can touch the bar here, get rid of this information. Go next. This is my load number that I'm on. Down here on optional remarks, I'm going to place my seal number. I have that done, and that's forwarded onto my e-log. So the next part will be I need to go to the drive line.